Hey guys, welcome back to another one of my videos. If you've been here before, you can see that my setup is a little different. It's definitely not perfect at the moment. I still have a lot of work to do, but my husband got me this amazing neon sign. I'll try to show better footage of it. It's just not picking up on camera too well. It's a little bright, but it's beautiful and it's my name and logo. So here's the neon sign. Yeah, it looks way better in this mode right now. You can really see it pop. I just think it's super cute. I also got this lightsaber looking light from my brother for Christmas. So this is gonna be like a whole like neon themed room, I think. He's always been so supportive of me, and he got this for me for Christmas. And so when I opened the package, I just burst into tears. It just means a lot, and I feel so supported by him. And I'm just very lucky. But if you've been here before, or if this is your first time, I usually make cake sculptures and chocolate sculptures of pop culture nerdy icons. So a lot of horror, sci-fi, anime, and for this one, I decided to do a Christmas theme. And so one of my favorite Christmas movies, especially when I was growing up, was Batman Returns. That's the second Batman that Tim Burton directed. So I wanted to do an Oswald Cobblepot chocolate sculpture. This video is a little late. By the time you're watching this, it's probably New Year's Day, and I do apologize about that, but the Christmas season was just crazy. I had to like cook and bake so much. But I'm so happy that it's out now for you guys to see. I'm sure you've all seen the movie before. It is a classic. It's a very stylized penguin. He's pretty gruesome, and it was pretty controversial when it first came out, but now it's like, I don't know, to me it's like a cult classic. So I hope you guys enjoy watching it. Here we go. Oh, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell. Hey guys, so I'm about to start working on my next project. You saw that I already did the sketch, and of course if you see my other videos, I now have to make like all the materials, like the modeling chocolate, and I haven't actually decided if I want to do cake or Rice Krispie treat. I'm still debating. I've had a bit of a delay. It's not like I pump out videos every week or anything, but this is a pretty substantial delay, especially because I wanted to get a lot done for the holidays. But I unfortunately caught COVID and I am just starting to feel better, and it's been really harsh. But I still wanted to make an appearance on camera, especially now that things are starting to look a little bit better. So an update, I'm making the materials. I started, of course, with the modeling chocolate, and I'm making a big old batch of black. I also have a batch of white that I made because I do have a lot of scraps. You see I have brown, gray, black, a little bit of like dark yellow, some pink, and some white. These are scraps I had from previous projects. I like to save them because they definitely do not go bad, even though they look really ugly. They're still totally okay to eat. You might be wondering why I have pink, but his skin is definitely pink toned, if anything, and there's probably a little bit of lavender in there too, but I don't think I'll need any, as well as some yellow because everybody's skin has some yellow in it, not just mine. We're going to nuke this in the microwave just for a little bit, just so it's easier for me to knead and mix into the desired colors I want. Of course, I'm still waiting for these to fully set because I literally just made these batches. They're a little too warm and runny to work with. Like, it would just be a big hot mess. So these probably need like a couple of hours until I can actually start using them. But I could definitely start kneading these first. Okay, it is now another day. Please excuse how ugly my AC looks. It's awesome, but it's just really ugly. And then, of course, here's my dog. But I don't know how I managed to do everything I did to this point, because up until yesterday, I was so fatigued. Like, I've just been so incredibly tired. Any little thing just wears me out. But now we're definitely on the up and up. Like, I thought I was feeling good, and by the end of the day, I was just absolutely obliterated. But I wanted to show you what I have so far. Here is the Rice Krispie treat that I made and molded into a very general, basic shape. I mean, if somebody saw this and tried to guess what it was, I don't know, I'd say like Squirtle, a space jockey from Alien. So it doesn't matter how terrible this looks at the stage. I just need somewhere to begin, and I need a very hard structure to build off of by using all this modeling chocolate. As you can see, it is overwhelming my usual container that I use to store all of these. I like to keep them in a cool, airtight container so that it doesn't just get fudged with at all. And my cats love to break into this and try to chew on it, which is awful, I know. So I try to keep it away from them, but if it isn't super obvious, this would be the penguin's skin tone. This is that grayish taupe of his clothes, some black details, some white details. These really ugly colors, these are the like circles, oh, excuse the blue. These are like the circles around his eyes. This is for his mouth. And so my next step is to cover this whole Rice Krispie treat in a very thin layer of this modeling chocolate to kind of color block it so I know like which direction I should be heading when I add the finer details on. So it's going to look a lot crazier than it does now, surprisingly. I also want to mention, especially during days like these when I'm not feeling super motivated because I'm just tired or sick, I like to put on like TV, or I like to put on a movie that will inspire me. And thankfully, although I know it's already all on Peacock, they added a few seasons of Face Off to Netflix. And if you haven't seen it, I literally have it like on TV like right now. And but if you haven't seen the show, it's about how these artists make special creature makeup effects, and it's really cool. And the show is pretty old now. Like, I can't even remember the first time I started watching it, but I was like, wow, this is like the coolest reality show I've ever seen. I've never seen anything like it. It used to air on Sci-Fi. I don't know if it still does, only because I don't have cable television and I never looked it up. But it's an amazing show, and if you are a sculptor or an artist or anything in between, honestly, it's such a great show to watch to get you pumped about creating and being creative, especially when it comes to working with your hands, because these people work so hard and they come up with like the coolest stuff. It's really inspiring. So I like to have it in the background whenever I'm feeling a little bit sluggish to kind of like pump me up. Wait, I keep making the same mistake. I start slowly putting down the first layer piece by piece when I should be using a rolling pin to do a big old sheet. I don't know why I keep doing it this way. I just guess I love taking the hard, extra long way out, but okay, let me do it the right way. Okay, quick update. So I was wanting to lay all the modeling chocolate down. I mean, I still probably can, but I just want to show you how it looks right now. So you can see a lot of it's missing and there's like this weird horseshoe thing going on. And so I wanted to kind of fill in this area where his white button up would go, and I realized I didn't make enough white. So I made a whole another batch of white, and it's currently setting right now. It's actually tinned a little gray because I added some black modeling chocolate as well when I was mixing it. So I just need to wait for this to set, and then I'll go ahead and lay that down. That'll be the last part of the initial layer that goes onto the Rice Krispie treat form. That being said, it will take a while for that white modeling chocolate to set. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and start kind of forming his face so that, you know, it actually looks like a face. I wanted to show what I've done so far. This side is less finished. This side is more finished, if you can like see the difference. I don't know why it's not showing up on camera, but there's actually a big difference. Let me see if I can change the angle, hold on. Okay, if you can see like his cheek, his jaw, like this isn't fleshed out a lot. His eye is yet to be super defined. So yeah, you can see it's a lot more bulkier on this side. It's still definitely rough. I do need to smooth him out. So this is like before and this is after. So that's kind of a better perspective. I know when I'm getting to a good place, when I hit like a spot, like it could be the most tiniest detail and I just start cackling. Like I have this really evil, ugly laugh. Like my laugh, whether it's evil or not, is really ugly. But this evil cackle comes out like just full of glee. And I know, okay, we hit the sweet spot, or this is like the part where it starts to get good, where I start to get excited and I get obsessed with my own project. And that is such a amazing feeling. Realize all the pieces are starting to come together and things are starting to really go well. I love it. The white is finally set, so now I can finish making the rest of his clothes, or just laying down that initial layer. real quick for a quick comment. I actually pulled the eyes closer together in the middle. They were looking a little bit wonky, like it looked like the pupils were going, I don't know, they were staring in different directions and it was bothering me, and I realized it's because I placed the eyes too far apart, and now that I'm just bringing them together, it already looks a lot better. Okay, I tweaked it a little bit more. Earlier I mentioned that his eyes were too far apart, and then I also realized I made kind of the dark circles around his eyes go too far out, so I kind of closed them in, and hopefully that looks more like him now. I also added his teeth, as you saw. Last step prior to painting is to give him all his wrinkles, and yeah, I think it looks pretty good. I feel like he looks better off camera than on. Maybe it's adding 10 pounds. Oh, and I also have to make like the little details of his clothes. Okay, let's go. I am once again adjusting the eyes. It still didn't look right. It was still too far apart. Oops. And here is what its current state is. You can see that it's much bigger. I'm going to cover, a portion of it with eyelid, but I've made them a lot bigger and even closer together. Hopefully I'm happy with this version. Okay, I'm actually pretty happy with it. He still looks really goofy, but I mean, he's a goofy character. And now that's all left is to paint. Yay. Oh, and as usual, I'll show a little bit of the painting, but not all of it, just so there's like a bigger, more fun reveal for you guys at the end. So hopefully that doesn't bug anyone too much. And here he is. That was my Oswald Cobblepot, the penguin chocolate sculpture from Batman Returns. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. It was pretty rushed. As I said, I was really busy during the Christmas season, and so I only had about like 2.5 days to make it. So he's not perfect, but I was really happy with how he turned out ultimately in the end. I hope you guys had an amazing holiday season, and I hope you guys have an awesome new year, and I will see you guys next time.